You made it. You made it this far. You already know what time it is. I'm your host, Cool DMG, aka Cool Tez, the Melanin God. Shout out to my DMG Ohanas, aka my Soul Tribe. So it's been probably a year since I started the series Quantum Jumping, and I'm pretty sure folks was wondering what happened. What happened to the series? Why did I go from dropping a video every week on how to quantum jump and then I stopped? It's really simple. I stopped dropping videos on quantum jumping because the most important video, or one of the most important videos, one of the most important videos is that I had to fully embody it and just do it and be it. I had to fully be it. I had to stop trying to divide my energy and be a coach so much. I dropped the gems. I dropped the guide. I dropped the gems, I dropped the guide. Now I had to embody it fully. And that's what's been happening, you guys. I promise. That's what's been happening. Since the video, y'all remember my last location? I was somewhere in Ohio. I was staying with family. I was telling people about CMOS and just beginning to start the business, I believe. Doing my thing on TikTok, working on my health. Fast forward to today, I've literally moved to both of the places that I put on my target. We we moved to LA into the hills. We got exactly what we wanted during the quantum jump. We turned the knowledge of CMOS into a healthy, holistic business. Now, Omni Me is no longer just a secret between me and you. It is a business that provides service all over the nation. I deliver product in Africa, Canada, Europe, Georgia, you name it. And you ain't gotta ask me about my TikTok journey. All you gotta do is check that out. Congratulations if you're watching this. Not too many people gonna watch this, and it's perfect actually. Not too many people gonna watch this series, Quantum Jump. Not everybody's gonna finish every video and apply it to their life and then watch this video to even know what the fuck is going on. A whole lot of them though comment on my TikTok and Instagram and Facebook like, what changed? You doing really good. Dang bro, how you, what's the, yeah, I know it'd be a whole lot of that. And I, 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 I don't hold the sauce back, but there's little for me to tell them outside of all that I've given you guys. So, from my Quantum Jumping Soul Tribe, I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this process. And I know if you wrote it out as hard as I did, you somewhere where you wanted to be right now too. And it's so freaking beautiful because over the next couple of years, the people who wrote it out and who are writing it out right now, we're gonna keep elevating and keep jumping. And then one day somebody's gonna be able to put all these pieces together and say, hey, you guys started here? You created the cure for hey you just now you're in agriculture. You're the biggest agriculture scientist in the world. Hey, you do light work. All of y'all people knew each other back in 2021? Or all of y'all had one thing in common? Y'all planned for this? This was purpose? This was purposeful? It's purposeful. All of this was done with purpose. Nothing by accident. The definition of luck is when fate meet opportunity. Or preparation, meets opportunity. That's the definition of luck. And y'all prepped with me. We prepped. I prepped. I'm so good at this quantum jumping stuff now. My next video, y'all might see me in front of some pyramids in Africa. But everything is well. I'll give you guys a sneak peek though. Check this out. When you perfecting your quantum jumping, your manifestations, you're living in the vibration, you're asking and receiving. You can do one of two things. You can do one, be general with what you're asking for and receive it. Or you can be two, very, very clear about what you want to experience and what emotion it will invoke in you. Be very, very clear. A lot of people don't want to be clear. They don't want to say, I need to I'm grossing $1 million this year. They just say, I want to 10x my money. I want a lot more money. And then when the stimmy check came around, there was a lot more money than you had, right? Be very, very specific. I brought up things about what I wanted in a woman. I received those things. There was other things that I left out. I didn't receive those things. Since then, I've been in a relationship. I'm single now. And no bad blood between us, but I am at a Super Saiyan Prime right now. I am at a Super Saiyan Prime right now. And this next quantum jump is gonna shake more than my reality. It's gonna shake yours too. You wanna know why? Cause you're watching this video right now. You could be doing anything. You could be sitting on TikTok, scrolling forever. You could just be sitting on the couch, your brain dudded. You could be mad at your mom for wanting you to get out the house and be a boss. There's so many other things you can do. You could be dancing right now, but you chose to watch this video. And this video ain't about quality. This video ain't about video quality, excuse me. Had to correct that one. This video ain't about me being lit on camera and me jumping around and impressing you and entertaining you. This video ain't even about me. This video is about you, the source, being pulled to this message so I can tell you either tighten the fuck up or keep doing what you doing, boss. Keep doing what you're doing, God. Cause you gonna get the sum of that. You gonna get it. Oh man. So my first week in Arizona, I climbed the mountain. But the thing is, I didn't climb no mountain where you go up the trail. I was being hasty. I also got hit by oh shit. I gotta tell y'all about that. Alright, so check this out. I'm on Clubhouse. I'm listening to some guy on Clubhouse. I believe his name was Alkebalon44. Don't quote me on that. But you guys know me on Clubhouse, Cool DMG for every platform. I get it in on Clubhouse. That's where you can catch it. And this guy is talking about divine mathematics, and this was a couple of days ago. He was saying how, you know, the next number of the universe that's going to be shown is number 33 in the color purple. If you know anything about Cool DMG, I stay with the 33. So that's my master number anyways. That was a number that helped bring me into my awareness of my spiritual journey, because I've always been on it, and so have you. But then the purple, royalty. So to prepare for that, I said, all right, bet. I want to talk with the universe again in another language. I haven't played with numbers in a long, long time. Most of the things that I do right now are up here. And that goes as far as, you know, spells, affirmations. A lot of my power is up here now. I don't need to do the sigils. I mean, I still do my energy signs, but that's when it's brought out anyways. Anyways, that next day I woke up. I decided to wear my purple do-rag. I'm rocking my 33. I get a message on my phone from the horoscopes. You know, I don't pay too much attention to the horoscopes, but sometimes they hitting on point, and sometimes it is what it is. And it said to walk in your power today. It said to walk in your power, walk in your livelihood, be brave, be confident. I looked at my phone like I'm already all of that. I was for real though. I was feeling that, and I was delivering some CMOS orders. So I was riding a scooter to the post office. One of the electric scooters that you get in the city. Them little things go fast. Phew, I'm talking about. Yeah. And on my way back home, after I dropped off the stuff, I said, you know what? I want to go climb a mountain. Let me go get my bag and pack a bag. And I'm climbing the mountain today. So on my way back home, right as I'm about to turn on my street, I'm about to make a left onto my street, there's a white Mercedes truck making a right off of my street. He's at the light. No, he's not, there's not even a light, excuse me. He's pulling up to the stop sign. He's pulling up. Drop a like, by the way. If you ever check out this video, drop a comment or a like, just so I know who was able to receive what's going on with me, bruh. Because I'll be remembering folks. I'm gonna tap in with some of y'all. But anyways, the guy is looking to his left because he's ready to whip out and make a right turn. And the fool, I remember it like it was literally a couple days ago. This older man. Race doesn't matter, but he was an old white man, blonde hair, and he had sunglasses on, and like a polo shirt, a blue striped polo shirt. He probably was on his way to a graduation. The Arizona graduation of the college students, whatever. And the man, look, I waved on the scooter because you know me, I'm tall and long anyways. So I'm like, yo, making my presence known. He looked my way. He looked to the left, and then immediately went from 0 to like 35 and swung the car to the right out into the street where I'm at. You're not supposed to ride the scooters on the sidewalk. So they have a lane where you ride the scooters on the little white lane. I'm riding in that little white lane. Following the rules, actually. And as he whips out, it's like in the split of a second, I immediately grabbed one of my brakes. I didn't grab my back brake. I grabbed my front one, which was the left side. And when I grabbed it, the same time as I was getting the scooter to stop, he came and hit the scooter head on. Boom. So the scooter momentum was going like this. Boom, flipped. The scooter flipped and went under the car. My whole body flipped forward and went over his windshield. Not over his windshield, over his what's the corner bumper, front corner bumper of his vehicle, big ass truck. And my whole body flips over this man's truck. Boom. and I land on my hands and feet. I also had on gloves, by the way, because I didn't want to be touching the scooter with. I didn't want to, I had on gloves. I didn't want to get my hands dirty. I land on my hands and feet, you guys. I swear to you. I'm sitting on the ground, breathing, and I'm just taking deep breaths with my eyes all the way open. Like, to this literally is happening in seconds, but to me, my whole life up to now it flashed before my eyes. I said that was a moment where I could have gone, I could have went. I rejoiced the fact that I was still alive. And then I said, what the fuck? I must be Venom. I must be Spider-Man and Venom put together, because this shit is amazing. Y'all, I'm about 6 something. I ain't gonna say how tall I am, but I'm pretty goddamn long. And I've never, excuse me, correction. Watch your words, watch the spells. Up until that moment, I had never hit a front flip in my life. Don't know how. Didn't know how. I had a copper pyramid on my head as well, because y'all know sometimes I rock the copper pyramid. And I'm sitting there breathing, and this man is in the car trembling. You know, he thinks he's about to go to jail. He think I'm about to try to finesse him for money. You know, he doesn't want to admit that he's wrong. He's just kind of like, And I looked over real quick, and when I looked over at him, it was a moment of, what the fuck is wrong with you? Bleep, what the bleep is wrong with you? But it was only a moment. I didn't say that. I just looked and I was like, and then I looked back down at the ground where my hands and my feet were still placed, and I picked my hands up, and all I had was a scratched up pad on my glove. My wrist was pretty sore too. Still is, but doesn't matter. I stand up, and my whole body is completely fine. My whole body is fine, you guys. My long ass legs, not a scratch. I got on short shorts. I didn't have a scratch on my legs. My whole body was good. I get up, I'm like, what the fuck? That was cool as shit to me. Some lady sees me go flipping in the air from further down the street, and she's running up with her camera phone, like basically trying to get the evidence for me, like what is going on here. And he's just at all right now. He's at all about how I'm dealing with it. I'm at all about the fact that I just hit a front flip over a vehicle and survived a car crash on a scooter. It was fucking freaking amazing to me. And I just remember having this feeling of joy. And he asked me, am I okay? He asked me that like 100 times. And I looked down and I said, I'm good. And I looked down again, my adrenaline was up though. I said, I'm good. My eyes are wide open. I'm just looking around. I see the lady running further, closer down the street. I'm like, this isn't what I want. I want to still go hiking. I'm thinking about going hiking. I just got hit. And I grabbed my scooter. It's not my scooter, but I grabbed the scooter. I grabbed my pyramid because my pyramid flew on the ground. It was a little bent up. I fixed it up, smacked it back on the top of my head. What else did I grab? I grabbed my wallet because my wallet came out my pocket. Put my wallet back in my pocket. And I told him, hey man, like, your car is completely fine. This scooter is all right. And I started rolling my wrist and I'm like, I'm good. I think I'm good. It's like, hey, just slow down and pay attention. And you know, like, be careful. And he's just at all like, you sure you're all right? I'm like, man, I'm good, man. Like, yo, you have a peaceful day. And I grab the scooter and I slide off. As I slide off, I'm only a minute away from my crib. So as I'm typing in the buttons for the gated community, I'm thinking to myself, yo, I wish I could have recorded that. I wish, I ain't gonna lie. Maybe some people would think, wow, that's some Gen Z, Gen Y stuff to want that to be recorded, but I would have loved to see my first front flip to be flipping over a car. Now, some of you probably thinking, what type of luck is that? Like, that's crazy. I had the 33, I had my copper pyramid, and I was wearing the color purple. To some, that may be looked at as like negative energy or bad, a bad vibe. I need to stay in the house, danger, danger. To me, that was the universe letting me know how super we are together. How super we are together. And I realized my phone isn't in my pocket as I'm going through the gate. So I turn the scooter around, and guess who it is? It's the man. It's the man in the white truck. He's pulling up, and he got my phone out the window, shaking it like, hey, hey. And I'm like, yo, that's legit. And then he pulls up to me. He's just like, I got something for you. And I'm just like, nice. And then he was like, you sure you're okay? I looked at my phone screen. I said, the phone screen's not even cracked. I said, bro, I'm good. I was like, and you brought back my phone? Dap me up. And he smiled, and we just had a little moment. Me and the old man had a moment. He dapped me up. And then we said our goodbyes. And he asked me, was I okay a couple more times? And I was just like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And that felt so good that he brought me my phone back, because if I was a jackass to him earlier, or you feel me, trying to make it worse than what it was, it could have completely went that way. My phone holds valuable information. A business, assets, crypto assets. Um, it holds a lot. Holds a lot of a matter for me. And the fact that it was unfazed flying out of my pocket during a car accident or a possible car accident was beautiful to me. Thank you, Gadawin. Thank you. I appreciate it and love y'all for real, especially the folks who in here comment. It worked in some exciting ways, man. And you know, immediately my brother called me as this just happened. I walked through my gate to my complex, and I'm just sitting there like, whoa. That walk like, whoa. And then my brother calls me. And then I answer the phone, and I'm like, bro, life is pretty fucking exotic, because there was a possibility I would not have been able to answer this phone call. And he's like, yo, what you mean? Da, da, da. And I'm like, yo, I just got hit by a car. And he's like, what? Well, technically, I got hit off of my scooter by a car and flipped over it. He's like, what? I'm like, I'm all good though, man. Like, the dude brought me back my phone and everything. Like, all I got is a hurt wrist. He's like, yo, I'm just the energy he had for it was confirmation of what was the beauty that was happening. Cause he put excitement toward, yo, that's cool, and I'm glad you made it out of that the way you do. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, are you about to stay in the house? I was like, no, I'm about to go on a hike. He was like, you going on a hike? Your wrist ain't? I was like, yeah, but my adrenaline is pumping and the universe has been talking to me. This didn't deter me from going on the hike. This is my first week in Arizona. The mountains have been calling me, literally calling me every time I go out the house. I'm going on this hike. He was like, my dog, go on ahead, man. Like, call me when you get up there, man. We can shoot some content. I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. Boop. And then another friend of mine's called me, and she's a little more worried, but women in safety. And she's like, you just got hit by a car. I don't think you need to leave the house. And I was like, see, that's one perspective that I have about it. My perspective is, I did my very first front flip over a truck and walked away with just a sore wrist. I think I'm pretty fucking lucky today. So I packed up my bag. I got some coconut water, That's really all I needed. Some coconut water. My gloves was all ripped up, so I threw my gloves away. I should have kept them. Oh, did I keep one? I threw the ripped one away. Oh, I gotta see if I got that other glove. And I got on Instagram and I told them the story, and I was just like, moral of the story: when you work with the divinity of the universe, you're damn near unstoppable. And I eventually deleted the video because I didn't want to gaslight hundreds of people. I got a lot of love on Instagram. Shout out to the Instagram fam. I just didn't want to gaslight my whole tribe and have a whole bunch of sad messages or anything. They didn't even know I was going hiking. So literally, like, I get near. I'm gonna say the area. You guys know where the ASU football field is at? They was just having a ceremony over there. It was a graduation ceremony. One of my other friends brought this up to me too. She said, "Ted, you probably changed that man's life." She didn't say Ted. She said, "Cool." She said, "It's cool, Tez. I love that." She was like, "Cool, Tez. You probably changed that man's life that day." And I was like, "You know what? You probably right. He probably had all type of aggression and anxiousness, trying to drive all fast and swinging around. And then after walking away from that, we both probably walked away a little more alive." I think he was on his way to that graduation. It was just late though. hmm So it's a whole lot of people there. I pull up on the scooter. I didn't even know it was a graduation. I'm just looking for the mountain because I just tunnel vision. The mountain was over there, and I pull up and I'm asking the security guards like, "Yo, I'm trying to climb this mountain. Where's the trail?" They're like, "Hey, we don't know. We can go around." I look at that motherfucker. I'm like, "God, Lee, it'd take me an hour to walk around that mountain." So I start walking. I came this far anyways. I start walking and I get into a parking lot. And in the parking lot, the mountain looked like it was about to cut and go deeper into some more wild stuff. And I sat there for a minute and I was like, "Bro, I'm not about to walk around this mountain." I started looking at the rocks on the mountain. I was like, "Bro, that it don't look that steep. I can do this. I can do this." So I jumped the gate and proceed to climb the mountain without the trail. I do not advise you guys do that. Don't do it. Unless you are a junkie, adrenaline junkie. Uh I get about 80 feet up the mountain and I'm realizing this thing is really steep. This isn't meant to be climbed. I start reaching for the rocks and my breath starts to get a little heavier, and it's 104 degrees outside, and I got a heavy black army book bag on my back, a sore wrist. My hair is drenching sweat down my face, and I'm climbing this mountain, and I'm almost at the same time having like an energetic detox release happening at the same time as I'm climbing this mountain. I'm not talking about when you walk up a hill. I'm talking about where you have to stick your foot into some dirt and grab a rock and pull yourself up into. I did that for at least 10 minutes. My brother calls me again. I have my headphones in. I tap it. I'm like, "Yo." He just immediately starts talking. This man, he's obsessed with TikTok right now, and shout out to him. He's growing on TikTok due to some advice he's been receiving, and he literally talked my head off the whole way going up the mountain. And I was just thinking to myself like, this nigga he ain't asked me why I ain't talking. I know he hear me breathing, and then I'm also thinking, I can't even stand up and take a break because the mountain was so steep. If you stand up, it's a wrap. You're not coming back from that, buddy. And it's thorns all throughout the mountain and everything. I'm like, what the fuck? So I finally get up that mountain, man. And I'm just sitting there Drink out, pull out my coconut water, jug half of that down, and man, it was beautiful up there. I was feeling a lot. I ain't gonna say I was in pain, but my body was like flashing red at me, like, calm down, calm down. And I told my bro when I finally got my breath, I was like, yo, man, you realize this whole time you've been on the phone with me, I just climbed the whole motherfucking mountain. I was like, bro, I need to just be. He was like, well, go ahead and be then. I ain't going nowhere. That's my dog, man. I really was just like, I want to get off the phone. Nah, I ain't want to get off the phone. You feel me? Like, I was not about, he knew I was not about to talk to him. I was completely dehydrated, hot as hell, just climbed the mountain. And this man, like, well, sit in your success. I'm like, I'm right here with you, bro. And I just had to laugh at that, like, yeah. And I'm sitting on a rock. And then I pull my phone out so I can show him where I'm at. And he's like, damn, you just climbed that? The long way, straight up? He was like, yeah, you live different. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, I really do. If you want to see the mountain view, I actually took a picture of it on Instagram. That same day on Instagram, I took a picture of the mountain view. It's behind a picture with a tweet from me. I had no idea that part was going to happen like that, but yeah, you can see the view of the mountain that I climbed. And then I heard a whole lot of clapping. I heard a whole lot of clapping from the graduation, and then I was also thinking about myself, like, I graduated. You know how long I wanted to come here? You know how long I wanted to move to Los Angeles? You know how long I wanted to have my own business and passive incomes and be a, you know how long I wanted to have my own bathroom, my own front door, garden, all of these things. I'm like, hell yeah, I graduated, and I'm not a materialistic person. There's so many other things like my intellectual property and experiences that have come forth with me. I tell you what, like, that was a beautiful day. What was just as beautiful was my first day pulling up into town here. My first day pulling up into town. I started to recognize the area I was in. I said, how is this? How am I recognizing this area? I've never been here. And then my spirit said, yeah, you have. And then I looked at a building and I started seeing the car rental buildings. And then I looked around, I was like, the airport that way? And my friend was like, uh-huh. And I was like, what the fuck? Yo, my last spiritual retreat, not my last one, but my second to last spiritual retreat, the one that was in Flagstaff, excuse me. Never swallowed the mucus. My last spiritual retreat that was in Flagstaff. On our way back into our hometowns, because most of us flew in to Phoenix, but we had a 2-hour drive to Flagstaff. On our way back, we had a road trip to go drop off the rental car. It was me and 4 other friends of mine, great people. I'm so grateful for that tribe and that experience. Yeah, shout out to the New Earth Project and Homestar Project. Shout out to my alien tribe. Yeah, but anyways, the place that we went to go drop off the vehicle was the same street that I recognized when I first moved into town. And when I looked at it, I went back into time to that moment in space where we was dropping off the car, and I walked outside to the sidewalk and I looked around, I was like, wow, These mountains are literally just right next to the street. I love to live somewhere like here. I'm gonna live somewhere like here. I was living in LA when that happened though. So I was about to catch a plane back to LA, but I said, I'm gonna live somewhere like here. And now fast forward to today. This was just last year. Fast forward to today, and I live in that exact neighborhood. The the mount the same shit that I created an emotional dance with the universe is now my place of residence. And things like that have just been happening, and I'm telling you, once you become a conscious quantum jumper and you move with purpose, all of these things happen and they come true. Like I said, my next video gonna be somewhere. What I say earlier? I said the pyramids. That'd be cool. But yo, I'm just grateful for this experience. So if you watching this video, if you skipped any of the other videos, you're doing yourself a disservice. Watch all of the videos, not all of my content, unless you want to. We're talking about specifically the Quantum Soul Tribe Challenge. Watch these videos and become spiritually in tune and do the work. Do the push-ups. Do the mirror gazing and laughing techniques. Do the tantric dance with yourself. Do the 10 I'm gratefuls. Do the bleep bleep bleeps. I'm not about to say everything. Do the work. Do the work for yourself. It's gonna pay off. And you're gonna hit me up telling me about it. I'll tell you about another situation. I just got really, really cool with a guy. I'm not about to say his name on here for no reason, but he does voice acting, like for National Geographic, cartoons, movies, things like that. And he's been really, really in tune with how we moving. He said, you know what? I'm about to check out your quantum jumping videos. I said, cool, bet. He watched every single one and he acted on it immediately. He hit me up. He was like, yeah, man, you funny for this. He was like, I don't know what I'm watching you do 100 push-ups for, but I'm here for it. I was like, yeah, because that's back in the day during the first season of the quantum jumping, you had to hit 100 push-ups. The ladies did too, or they had to hit something close. You had to turn into the vibration of who you was going to become. How you gonna be a master chef if you not chefing? How you gonna be this swole, beautiful, but become it, embody it? But he hit me up bullshit, and he was just like, bro, I really appreciate you. Like this guy is really, really solid. A new friend of mine, new good friend of mine. He just hit me up 2 days ago, like, Tez. First he was yelling, turned up. Then he calmed down the next couple of audio messages. He's like, Tez, you know, I wake up and I'm gratefuls and I'm doing my mirror challenges and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, yo, this shit is silly, but I'm about to do it. And I'm about to do it with grace and turn it up. And he said he picks up his phone and he has a message from a bleep about a role that he possibly has just landed in one of Disney's biggest movies ever. They're going to start a TV series on it. I'm not about to share his information. I would love for him to come and share it with you guys one day with me. But I hope he got the role. But he said that they don't ever do that. And they reached out and was like, we like you. He said, man, I don't know what to do. I'm about to go extra hard with the quantum jumping series. And I was so proud for him, man. His success was my success in that moment. And there's so many other people. There's other people. Shout out to the original quantum jumping group who was in the group chat with me back when we had the Telegram, doing push-ups on live together, sharing our goals, listening to Jim Rohn, listening to Abraham Hicks, studying Rev Ike. You know, all of these amazing people who have mastered something. Earl Nightingale, putting in the work with me, learning to become. Anyways, shout out to y'all. I know that y'all got amazing stories as well. And when y'all ready to come out and share the stories, I would love for y'all to share these stories on this series, the Quantum Jump Soul Tribe Challenge. Because, yeah, we've been gone for like a year, and y'all probably thought it was over. It's not over. We just had to live life. Y'all gonna see what the Quantum Jumping did for me. A little bit. You're gonna see a little bit. I like some privacy. And I want to see what it does for you guys too. So with that being said, I'm about to be out of here, man. I love y'all. I love the tribe. If you ain't watched the content, but you probably not even this far in the video. If you watch the video to this point, you already here. I know you already here. Ain't nobody watched this video to this part and not see the Quantum Soul Tribe challenges, not become it fully, not live in your essence, not become very, very sure and move with purpose. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of y'all, especially the people who commenting right now. Congratulations to y'all, because we are here. We are in a dimension right now where things are manifesting like that. I'm not even about to speak on the distractions that are talked about on the media right now, but there is a revolution happening in the world. It's beautiful, especially in Asia. Check it out. Yeah, that communism stuff, that ain't about to be too much longer over there. They done had enough. And that's just a piece of it. America, we have our revolution going on right now. We just love the TMZ news so much, we forget that it's happening. But I love all of you guys, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this collective consciousness, and we doing our part. This series, y'all see how, I seen how, what's the man, Kevin Samuels? I don't have too much to say about him, but I will say this. All of his old videos of him from 2018 and further right before he passed, if you don't know who that is, it's this podcaster who got really popular with specifically black women in America by being able to emotionally trigger them. All of his old videos have blown up. Millions and millions of views. They're shared all over the world. Why? Because he's dead now. Because he's gone. And I'm pretty sure he had people who he connected with and emotionally became invested with, who was riding with him before he became Big Kevin Samuels, and then before he passed on. And they did what they did with his energetic exchanges. And that's how I feel about the people who tap in with me right now. This whole series might only have like 500 views in the next year, maybe, unless people really start paying attention to my footsteps, my footprint, my carbon footprint. But I'm okay with it only having 500 views. My homeboy who hit me up, who was getting the gigs in Quantum Jumping, he hit me up. He was like, "Yo, man, it's a shame one of his videos only has like 66 views. That's crazy." I was like, "It's not a shame. That's 66 gods right there. That's 66 people that's 66, really 65 plus me, because I watch it too. This is the amount of people who have decided to be a part of the shift. The number will grow, you know. Popularity does things, you know. They see you riding the Lambo, they definitely going to watch all the content. Excuse me, the Tesla. They want to watch it when you don't want to invest time into them anymore. I get that, but we're not talking about them. That's them. We're talking about you right here, the person who's here right now. I love you for that, and I love you so much. I'm just gonna tell you, tighten the fuck up. Hop in your purpose, hop in your bag. We ain't talking money. hop in it, invest into you. You say you jumped in September. Look, I was gonna keep from reading the comments so much because this was really a direct message that I'm about to save to the Quantum series. But much love to y'all as well. Right. Someone just said you never seen people uplifting the positive stuff from him until he died. Right. Because people will create any. The thing is, what I liked about him, and I'll just say this is what I like. Something I like, again, I don't have too much to say because I'm not here to cause distractions. But something about him is he didn't he didn't need to convince the world that he was a good man. He didn't need to come back and show you his videos from 2018 when he was trying to tell you how to build your self-image. He didn't need to tell you, he didn't need to post the videos over and over again where he was encouraging a black woman or whomever. You feel me? He was invested into his self-image and he moved like water. That's all I got to say. And when a person does that, you may not be liked by a lot of folks. I'm not saying he was a good guy. I don't really know. I didn't look into him to that degree. But what I'm saying is when a person is fully invested into their mental image, you don't need to convince other folks that the shit is gonna come to light eventually. Just like you said, all of his positive videos came out after death. Shoot, we got a lot of content up right now, man. I got a lot of moments of staring y'all in your eyes and seeing you. So I'm grateful for this, man. For real. With that being said, man, I have to work out and eat. I don't have to, but I'm about to enjoy them both. Love them both. If you want to tap in with me, if my videos are kind of inconsistent on YouTube, it's because I'm lifing. Check me out on TikTok. You get the content all the time. TikTok don't get this version of me though. They don't catch that. Maybe when I really blow up, they'll start recording my YouTube videos, screen recording them, and then posting the videos on, you know how they do the other YouTubers, they post their videos on TikTok. Maybe. We don't care though. I'm here with y'all right now. Like my man Jim Rome said, you gotta be prepared for the war. This is how you win the war. You gotta make sure you are winning. We are winning the war. The war on consciousness. Quali family. Peace.